In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Hi everyone, how are you today? I wanted to show you all this out of the way. I wanted to show you all how to start like simple things in magic. So one of the things that I have is a cauldron. I think they call this a cauldron, but and the cauldron is inside another metal thing, but I like to be careful and I like to put another plate underneath this, and I tend to do this kind of heat on the stove, right? Inside my little cauldron is a charcoal, right? All of these things you can purchase at Amazon, or you can go to Botanica and they will have all these things here. The first thing I wanted to show you that's really money influenced is a cinnamon stick. Now, this is more raw than you're used to seeing. You're used to seeing cinnamon sticks that look like this, right? But all of it is relative. Just need some air on me. It's all very relative. And the mixture for what I'm going to put in the cauldron is one, this flat piece of cinnamon stick, but I might choose something small if the cauldron's not big enough. This will work. And then this is ground cloves. And cinnamon and cloves are excellent for money. All right. And then make a wish. These are simple things that you could do. Literally make a wish, say a prayer from your own mouth, say something like a psalm, listen to music that involves money magic, and sometimes this is all you need. Now, I had a flat piece, but you could take a stick like this, put it in, and the same effects will occur. All right. Most people have the kind of cinnamon stick that's like folded in. All right. That's all you need. Now I'm going to take this and put it on top of my stove and let it burn out. Anything on your stove already takes the heat. It's already invested in taking the heat, whatever kind of heat you're imagining. You want money in fast, it takes a lot of heat. So put that heat where heat goes best. So I'm a big fan of doing my magic on the stove. Candle magic is also very practical, and cultures have been working toward candle magic and herb magic for centuries. All right. There's a beautiful thing of the wax and the candle and the herb that influences what you are wishing to get out of a venture, get out of your way, bring something in. Candle magic is so much fun, but there's such a big component to candle magic that it doesn't just begin or end in a certain manner, right? It's not that simple to just do candle magic, I've noticed. The other thing about candle magic is watching the flames. Now, steady flame is a whole nother form. We're not going to worry about it right now, and I don't have any candles to show you where a tall candle like this, which if you notice is nice and clear, nice and clean. I should be able to burn this candle and I should be able to burn it clean. If it doesn't burn clean, no matter what the color doesn't matter. It's the energy around you. So you can't say every time I burn a yellow candle, it comes out black. There's a reason for that, right? Because yellow's very specific. What are you asking that particular color to do? If it doesn't burn, sometimes it'll be black up top, but gets cleaner at the bottom. So there's all types of way, but that's a whole nother class, a whole nother study. I'd be glad to go over that with you. Um, the thing about candle magic is you can associate it with rituals and voodoos if you want, but almost every church, every wedding ceremony, every Catholic church has a candle-esque ceremony that's a part of their ritual. So don't look at what you're learning as a bad thing or that it should be so secret. Nothing is secret. If anything, the Catholic Church stole it from the pagans. Bonfires are a fire ritual, you know, sitting around a flame and creating marshmallow, chocolate, whatever those things are. Those are rituals, right? They might be family rituals, but it's still rituals that has later been incorporated to appear nicer. But that fire in that flame that alchemizes chocolate and a marshmallow and creates a whole new blend, that's alchemy and that's a ritual. Fun, but still a ritual. Wicca is very big here in America, but I want you to remember that Wicca is not that far removed from voodoo or voodoo. It's not that far removed from, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but the Italian witches or sciatas or something like that. Every culture has something that is magic related, and every culture invests in alchemizing energy for the better, changing the energy when it's bad, and bringing on, the exact change that you need. And we have to give credit to the person that has the ability to help with that. Most times it's someone very mature in your community, but most times it's grandma. Candle magic is using candles as a focal point for your spell work. It's okay if you call it rituals, it's okay if you call it spells. It could be just an intention that you're setting to change a situation that's making you feel less than positive. The candle itself is the power. So that's the way we're going to look at this. This temple is the power. What we add to it is the magic. Candle magic is also very simple. You can get these, you can get little tiny votives, anything to change the game. And what do you need for candle magic? You need a candle. You need matches. It helps to have at least 3 herbs. And you need your intentions with your energy. And what I like to do with the herbs, once I blend at least 3, is to put it in my left hand, because that's your receiving hand. This is what you want to bring in. And I hold it real tight. And I sit back and I relax. And I call in the proper energy. And you use and say the words from your heart. There's no need to read a psalm. There's no need to find something that can express you're the best person. And if it's uncomfortable in the beginning, sometimes that's a good thing, because you're being forced to think about what you're asking for. And you just sit back, close your eyes, sit back a little, and just start talking to yourself, inside or outside, doesn't matter, right? If you find that difficult, I would always write inside my phone some of my wishes and desires, write on a piece of paper, begin to have I like to call it a gratitude journal, where you can date it and then say what you're grateful for. Because you should always have something to be grateful for every single day. And a gratitude journal, which I've sold gratitude journals throughout my career, um, is a good way to start before you start asking for the energies out there to help you, right? Because always what you're trying to do is not be a selfish person. So easy to be selfish. And half the times, most people don't even know they're selfish. But spirit knows when you're selfish. So if you're always like, I need, give me, I need to have, like, do you hear me, spirit, God, universe, please give me, please give me. You could be the nicest person ever, but if you're always asking and not recognizing gratitude or giving back, sometimes the universe won't answer you. So we want to make sure that we're operating in the most positive aspects always. And it's learned behavior. Ironically, people are not born this way. It takes everything from infancy not to be mean, not to be nasty, not to be rude. A lot of people like to say babies are born innocent, but I have found over the years babies are born mean as hell. And it's natural for them. Think about when you bring a newborn home to a baby that's already existing. The first thing the baby wants to do is hit the baby, like, you're invading my space. I don't know if I like you. They don't use those words, but their actions represent the current experience and feelings that they're having. So, no, babies are not born innocent. How you develop is learned, is taught. The good thing about candles is that it comes in various sizes. So a fat candle tricks everyone, right? A Yankee candle tricks everyone. You can have Yankee candles all over your house. Nobody will ever know that you're doing candle magic. If you come into my house, oh, you gonna know. Mm-hmm. But that's because I used to do the whole candle, Yankee candle thing, because they didn't always want to tell people, but 63 and don't care. It's an hilarious place to be right now. I also have this candle. Now, I found this candle at Goodwill. Never thought that I would be using it for my sister Tony. And what I'm going to do with this is carve into it. I'm going to carve her name, biggest day, and offer up a journey into heaven. And I might infuse my spirit into this candle with Tony's spirit because she's giving me some amazing messages. Also, if you go to any Botanica, they have these sprays. This one is called Fast Luck. They got money, love. I like to keep a spray in my house, and I like to spray myself. Smells so good. Spray the area that I'm doing candle magic on, right? Spray it on my hands. Rub it on my clothes. Spray it on my lottery ticket. Mm-hmm. Now, the interesting part is, does it work? What's interesting is that it does work, but when it works, you forgot you did all this magic. It's hilarious. Florida water is something we're always going to keep in a house. This is called Florida water. And we clean constantly with Florida water. We clean out candles like this. It's okay if it gets inside. I'm going to clean this candle with it. And then I'm going to spray the Fast Luck with it. What also we're going to do is, after you clean the candle, and by the way, you can clean the candle with soap and water. Do not drive yourself crazy. We're going to turn the candle upside down to dry. Ironically, what we're going to do here is reverse the energy. So if you want money in, if you want love in, after you clean it, turn it upside down. Truthfully, we're just getting the water out. But energetically, we're reversing the bad luck that you might feel. And then we'll turn it right side up to do some magic. This particular candle here, there's so many things you could do with this. My constant thing that I do is I put my name at the top. So this one is literally for me, but if I'm working for other people, I put their name at the top. And you don't have to be so specific. It doesn't have to be Tracy Brown. Spirit knows you. They're just like, oh, Tracy's calling us. Let's pay attention to what she needs. So I always put Tracy on top. Because I like markers, this one is yellow. I have gray. I have green. I have black. I like to play with colors. There's a picture that I had of my sister that loved crayons. It's a thing. It's actually a creative thing. So I am going to use the gray. Oh, you could do all one color. I just like to have fun. And I always put, this is for me. You call on the energy, Lakshmi, Buddha, Emmanuel, doesn't matter to me. This is my way of doing it. I like to call on by saying, dear, right? Because that's a humbling phrase. Dear God, Jesus, and Holy Spirit. Now, that's the start. Let it dry a little. How pretty is that? Right? And then there's something called Grovavi codes. I might put a money code here, which I will show you one of my money codes. I keep a bay leaf in my purse at all times. Oh man. I thought I had a bay leaf in here. I don't know why I don't see it now. I must have taken it out. Let's make sure. Nope, I don't see my bay leaf. Oh, here it is. I keep bay leaves at all times and in my wallet, and I write on it. And I guess this is a broken bay leaf, but I do love that I kept a piece of it. All right, we won't worry about it right now. I'm going to put it back in my wallet. But this is a number to bring in money. And I'm just going to, again, remember, I like to have fun with colors, so ignore me as I play this wonderful game of coloring my candle. And you could look it up for yourself and get numbers that are meaningful to your situation. Remember, right now we're talking about money, right? So that's one of them. Also, this piece of paper that I have in here, it's starting to get a little dirty, which is very, very typical with spiritual energy. You'll be surprised how you'll put something clean and it'll get dirty. This happens a lot to our tarot cards. And if it bothers you, it's okay to invest in putting a bay leaf with these numbers in your purse. My phone happens to be my purse. It's where I keep my credit cards. Now, look how much space I have left on this candle. Look at that. I'm going to take the time, and again, I have to repeat this for the umpteenth. Actually, I'm going to choose white. Oh, darn it. Oh, okay. There's a little bit of stuff here. This is where I'm going to just talk, right? I'm going to talk up my needs. What do you want? Um, Again, because humbling yourself is very important. I would put, this is how I would put it. Please, may I have dot dot. One of the things I'm going to put down because you guys are well aware of it, but there's other things I'm going to put down that I'll keep private. But please, may I have monies for Tonya's Brown Memorial for traveling. Back to California. I'm going back to Cali. Now, the reason why I did that is because, let me make sure this doesn't have anything in it. No, okay. I don't know where the top to this is, but I've got another top that dried out. Oh, here it is. Let me get this. I'm so like a child when it comes to this kind of creative stuff. So just forgive me as I get this, gather this together. And I still have more space here. And when I get off, I'm going to include some more things that I'm looking for from the universe. Now, let me show you all some herbs that you should consider. But let me say hi to everyone first. Hi, Siobhan. Good evening. Hi, Ray. Hi, how are you, Ray? Hi, Andrew. Money. Hi, Tracy. You once did the cinnamon in your purse for money. Uh-huh, I did. I did it a few days later. I got a check I wasn't expecting. This was a few years ago. Don't you just love stuff like that? Blessings, Saki love. Thank you, B. So funny. And Jules says to B. Let me see, one, two, three, four, five, six. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to try that because I need money. We're gonna talk about that. And BB goes, I swear it worked. I believe you. Hi, Marcella. Hi, Ebony. Hi, sweetie. And Jules says, B. I see. I'm gonna have to try it. Was it cinnamon or cinnamon stick? No, soft cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Powdered cinnamon. I can't remember, but Tracy has the answer. Definitely powdered cinnamon. Hi, Colton. Oh, Carlito. I absolutely love Candle Magic. Hey, Tracy, I'll have to go back and watch from the beginning. Oh, absolutely. I didn't do too much, so don't worry. Noel. Hi, Sonia. How are you, sweetie? Oh, I love when I see faces from my past and my Target days. All right, let's talk about the different herbs. These are all herbs for money, but I did want to point something out. Ginger helps to snap things to attention. Hi, Jala. Ginger helps to snap things to attention. If you don't have ginger, just get a box of tea, open it up, and you've got the same things that you need. So don't drive yourself crazy. All right. Get your teas, open it up, Also, the same thing can be had with peppermint. I'm just going to mix some things together right now. So we've got ginger. This tea bag is actually peppermint. Oh, I didn't bring garbage. I love peppermint. Mint. They always say mint. Peppermint is amazing. And I love the smell of peppermint. Allspice. Allspice is good for money. You can put it in whole or you can crush it. Now, everyone has different rules. Some people will make you count out 7 allspice. I don't have time for that. Don't ask me to count out anything. Oh, I don't need this. Powdered cinnamon. And remember, we just talked about powdered cinnamon, but I'm going to pour it in first. And then what you do with powdered cinnamon is wherever your money is being held, right? You just, this is my wallet. Just put it in your wallet. Sprinkle your credit cards with it. Don't worry if it's a little messy. It doesn't matter. All right? And a lot of times, because money comes through my phone, I'll rub it on my phone. All right? It won't stay there forever, but I'll make a big habit of rubbing it on my phone. So, cinnamon. Cardamom is very, very popular. Now, what I did this time is that I put cardamom on my altar with my sister Tony. I've never seen this happen before. I put a candle up there for Tony. I put a money candle up there for myself. And then I put a candle for a client. So there's 3 candles behind me. Right? Those 2 are mine and Tony's. And then my other client is over there. And I just sprinkled the cardamom on the base of the candle. And every single cardamom opened up. All right? So the magic somehow is working. So cardamom, again, you'll see other people say, count 7. I don't have time. I don't care if you put 3. I don't care if you put 29 pieces of allspice or cardamom. It really doesn't matter. We have cloves. Cloves are very, very magical for money. Very magical. The other thing that you can do with cloves is, so again, handful of cloves. I'm not counting because I don't have time. It doesn't matter. There actually are no rules. You want to put 1 clove because that's all that's left? Put the 1 clove. The 1 clove will work. But the other thing I will do with cloves is I will take a half a lemon and I will stick the cloves in the lemon. And I'll put it by my doorway on the base. It doesn't really matter. And let the lemon and the cloves energetically work at your front door. Let me put this over here. I have chamomile. Chamomile, you know, it's a calming herb, but also brings in money. And the reason why I'm putting in the chamomile is because when we're begging for money, which is what we're doing when we're doing magic, we're like begging that money comes in. We actually want it to come in soft and safely. Oh, this is more cinnamon, but we don't need it. Now, there's something called open road. Open road. The herb is called agrimony. And you can get this herb on Etsy. You could probably get it from Amazon, but you can get it best from Etsy. This herb will absolutely open up your space, open up your desires. All right. I don't have gloves on, so I don't want to mix one thing with the other. And just a little bit. Don't drive yourself crazy. Don't worry about measuring. None of it is going to be that important. Basil. You want the perfect money essence? Get basil. And this smells so fresh. In this particular one, these are called basil flowers. Not the leaf, the basil flowers. So, basil is amazing. And let me tell you something. Basil is so strong that it's the only herb that you will need to add to your candle magic. You need nothing else. Basil, these are the flowers, but I'm talking about the leaf. Basil, there's a couple things you could do with basil. Basil is good for money, very powerful. As much as I tell you all, at least have 3 herbs with basil. You don't need anything but basil. Basil is good to bring in money and for protection. Don't use it together, but if you need protection from something or someone, do it with basil. You need money to come in strong and powerful, do it with basil. However, I'm going to add all my other herbs along with the basil and the open road. It's called agrimony. Let me know if you need to spell it, because I'm not watching the feed, come to think of it. What's the shop's name on Etsy? No. I say go to Etsy and you just search agrimony, Agrimony, and the shops will show up. I don't have a particular place. This is mint leaves, which is different from the peppermint, I believe. Yes, this is different from the peppermint. This is mint. A little softer. Mint is a little softer. And this was fresh. This was fresh mint. And this is fresh basil. And fresh meaning it was picked straight out of the farm in my face from my store that I work out of. And because I separate and mix the mint, but my boss doesn't like the flowers, I take the flowers for my own purposes. He doesn't care. Don't forget your cinnamon stick. But the cinnamon stick won't go well here with the candle magic, so that's why we use cinnamon powder. And to all my magic, I add some sugar, all of it. Whether I'm asking for the sweetness of love or for my money to come in sweetly, I add sugar. I like raw materials, so this is brown sugar. Not necessarily the bleached white sugar, but it doesn't matter. Other times, I love to use sugar for cooking, the color sugar for cooking. Now, there's a couple of things I'm going to add. This is something called Hyjon. It usually comes in a stick. Let me show you. And whenever you get something like this, it comes in a stick, just hammer it down, put it in a plastic bag, hammer it down, put it in another plastic bag, and put it in a glass container to seal it. So I got this, which I could hammer down, just don't have the energy. And I do mean hammer. I don't mean the mortar pedestal. I don't like that. Literally hammer this to smithereens. Um, but High John is an herb that allows you to get what you want out of your magic spell in a great manner in its highest form. Remember, I'm not measuring, and a little bit goes a long way. I did want to look up poppy seed or uh, sesame seed. I don't know why I was looking up black sesame seed, but let me just see something. Any questions, guys? Ah, okay, I like that. So I didn't know why I brought out the black sesame seed, but it alleviates spiritual impurities. So we're using that. The other thing I wanted to tell you is something like pumpkin pie is enough. I got a lot of stuff here. If you don't have agrimony, but you need to order it, that's fine. Go to the store and get some pumpkin pie. It's enough. Pumpkin pie has ground cinnamon, ground ginger, ground nutmeg, and cloves. Everything you need is in pumpkin pie. So don't drive yourself crazy. None of this needs to be too crazy. Now, I do want to tell you about spiritual herbs. I'm a big fan of spiritual herbs, so there's no way I'm going to be doing any of this and not tell you that there is a step further that you need to add. The first thing I'm going to tell you is mustard seed. Get some mustard seed, y'all. Those that have the faith of the size of a mustard seed are the ones that win. But me, I have a little faith. So I'm pouring everything in. All you need is one mustard seed. Nope. Nope. I'm heavy handed. I'm throwing in the book, right? So this is what it looks like, mustard seed all over the place. I'll mix it up later. Sage, and cooking sage is enough as long as that's all that's in here. Do not allow anything else to be in the ingredients. Sage, these are herbs that go back before the birth of Jesus. These are herbs that go back to the beginning of time. Rue, these are what I call religious herbs. Frankincense, What's the gifts that they brought God? Jesus, I mean, frankincense. And this is myrrh. Most people sell frankincense and myrrh together. I have brought it to separate it. So, because I'm very, very big on religious herbs, I'm definitely going to add some myrrh. But if you don't have myrrh, you only need mustard seed. I'm going to add some frankincense, only because those are the gifts that was given unto Jesus. I'm going to add some of the smaller pieces. And hyssop. Love me some hyssop as a religious before Jesus herb. Love hyssop. Oh. Now again, you only need mustard seed. And then build your repertoire of the religious herbs. But you have it here, right? Frankincense and myrrh, hyssop, mustard seed, sage, and that's it. And rue, R-U-E. All right. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is show you what herbs could assist in bringing about smooth attainment of money. Most people don't add these, but I do. I add roses because we want to have a healthy relationship with money. I'll add lavender. Lavender is all about love, love of money or love of love, but you want it to come in smoothly. And my favorite are these two babies. This is Damiana, but again, these are love herbs. But I want to make sure I'm having a loving relationship with money. Damiana, which is a very alluring love herb. And my favorite, my favorite, you can't see it, but my favorite is catnip. So, I have a choice, and my choice is going to be all of it. I don't care. I don't have choices. Catnip, because catnip draws in the energy, makes everything very sultry and loving. But so does Damiana. Damiana is a very, very alluring, sexy herb for money. I'm mixing it with my money herbs so that the money comes in with pleasure. And don't judge me. I'm not judging you. Lavender is so smooth. Lavender is so smooth. I love to smell lavender. Oh, it makes me go to sleep at night. If I want to really go to sleep, just sniff on some lavender or lavender oil. And there's all types of lavender, by the way. Lavender is probably my favorite. And because rose is a universal love symbol, right? Rose petals. I'm going to put in some rose and some rose petals. I get this from a store here called Mr. T's, just amazing store. And there you have it. And if you're in the St. Croix area, I am doing readings out of Mr. T. So just go ahead and contact him and book me for a reading if you're from St. Croix. And look at this. I've got my batch ready. Now, trust me, this could last technically forever, but because I do magic all the time, I will use this magic, this particular creation on Candle Magic. I will also put it on a charcoal and let it burn that way. I'm also a fan, which I think I'm going to start selling. I'm a fan of taking beeswax sheets, putting the herb and spreading it across the beeswax sheets, and then rolling with the wick inside, rolling the beeswax and the herbs and the wick, and forming a candle with the herbs already inside. Um, yeah, and then burning it that way. And I might sell those because I am in love with that format. But you do need a stand for the candle. Let me see something. See if I can get you a picture here of the beeswax. I love beeswax. And beeswax draws in the energy because it's a pure sense of wax over paraffin and even over soy. At some point, my relationship with soy got a little wonky. So this is how you roll the beeswax, which I am in love. And when I go to California, I'm just going to stock up on the beeswax and bring it back with me. And they will already have the candle for love, money, protection, and even reversible beeswax candles. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it up. But let me show you what it looks like. These are the sheets of candle. And all you do is put the herbs here as you're rolling it. The wick is already inside, right? Such a simple way of literally making your own candle. Another thing I would add to this is, with a piece of paper with your intentions as you're rolling in the herbs and the candle wick. So much you could do with this, so much fun. And then this is the final product. Sorry, guys. This is what the final product could look like. Any variation of this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I love about the beeswax candles. It's not about, does it need to be perfect? These are a little bit offline. But imagine making your own candle, have the herbs inside already, and then put your intentions inside the candle. That would be amazing. That's going to be my next form of enjoying. Because, I'm always like developing right now. This is what I do for everyone, right? But now I want to invest in beeswax, and that is the perfect way to invest in beeswax and have fun with it. It won't feel like work. I'm going to love it so much. I think I got everything out. So again, if I make a big batch like this, this I could use for my beeswax candles. Oh, I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to like go to California, finish this with my sissy pool, and go get some products from the market in downtown LA and bring back some candle, beeswax, maybe some more herbs while I'm there. It's just easier sometimes rather than waiting for Amazon to bring me anything. Um, check your Etsy shop if you can't find certain things, or sometimes with Etsy it could be a little cheaper. Agrimony, I think you can find on Amazon. All right. I go a step further because I deal directly with herbs, and these are mint flowers, right? Um, this is basil flowers, which is different from the leaves. But when all else fails, get a tea bag that says ginger, that says peppermint. Like, don't drive yourself crazy. This I got from a store that's local to me, just a few feet away from me. It's called Mr. T's. And look at the color of his rose petals. And this is drinkable. All right, guys. Are we good? By the way, every herb here is drinkable. Every herb. So imagine if you start drinking the very thing that you want to produce magically. Imagine putting it in. All right, let me see what everybody is saying. Is there something we can buy from you or make yourself? Just tune in. Oh, absolutely. Like this money herb, I made a little batch. I could make a big batch and I could sell this. All right. I could make a huge batch of this and just sell it to you and incorporate all the ingredients right on the bag that's inside of here. Oh, the last thing I need to tell you, anything here is drinkable. But I don't know if you want to mix everything I have here. Like the rose petals you can drink, but rose petals can be bitter, right? So you might want to mix roses with lavender. But everything, I won't say almost everything here is drinkable. But you don't have to take everything and make it. You just need to know that every herb here is drinkable as long as you don't have any allergies. Um, However, the best thing you could do with these herbs is take a bath with it. You boil a big pot, you let it sit. I would even let it sit all day. At night, you run that bath water and you pour it in a tub. For those of you that only have a shower, I only have a shower. I feel like the best way to handle that is one of two ways. You can put this in a little pouch, like a I forget what you call it, cheesecloth. You could put the herbs in a cheesecloth. Take your shower as normal, then take the herbs in a cheesecloth and run it down your body, right? Or you can boil it, let it cool down, put it in a spray bottle, take your shower as normally, then spray and spritz yourself all over. All right, guys? Actually, I have to find out if agrimony is drinkable. Let me make sure before I make that disclaimer, but everything else is drinkable. And I think that is everything. Prayer works. Write your journals down. In your journals, whatever you're writing down, I don't care if you're asking for a new job or if you're asking for the lottery, always end it with thank you and may it be good and correct for all. For all. Some witches add so mote it be. Um, but may it be good and correct for all. It's just so our guides don't get confused. We don't want to confuse our guides. And as desperate as someone may be for something to happen quickly, and a job is one of those things, we want to make sure that what we're asking for is very specific, because sometimes what God will give you the money that you want. God, I need money. I need money. And you have the worst car accident ever. Oh, and you're going to get the money that you wanted because that's the way you prayed for it. The last thing I want to show you is the capability of you making your own oil. But again, if you need me to make it, I've got plenty of this oil. Plenty. And this one is basil oil with cinnamon, and it's olive oil, basil, and cinnamon, and I let it sit for weeks and weeks at a time. I put it in this type of bottle, and then I can add it to the top of my candle here. Oh, at the top on. I'll add it to the top of my candle here. Sometimes in these candles, I'll poke holes to make sure the oil goes down, right? I'll add my herbs to this. I'm going to do it right now because the herbs will absorb the oil. But before I do that, I'm going to shake it up just a little bit. And I'm going to pray over it, right? Remember we talked about it, your left hand. And think about what you want. May it be good and correct for all. And then you just sprinkle the herbs on. Now I'm going to let this sit. Oh, by the way, when you sprinkle the herbs on, you keep it away from the wick. All right? Make sure that it's nowhere near the wick, the herbs, and make sure the herbs are pushed away from the wick. That's really important. But what I'm going to do here is add some more oil. Because I'm not going to light this tonight. This will be for the next. Actually, I could light it tonight. It's not too late. I might light this tonight. Hold on, guys. Got my. Oh, by the way, really good basil oil smells like licorice. So I'm going to add my oils right on top of the can, right on top of the herbs. But I'm going to push it away. I just want you to see what it looks like if you can. And that's what it looks like. Can you see it? Just push it away. Oh. And I'm just going to I'll wait a couple of hours before I light this, because actually I can do it tonight, because this is still a part of the black moon. We'll just let it sit here. If I had already carved this candle, then I would put the oil on the outside. and I would rub it in the carving. And it'll be the same thing. I will carve Dear God, Dear Jesus, Holy Spirit. Takes a little longer, but you know, I don't mind doing that. I might add some Gravabi codes. I might add dollar signs, um, dollar symbols. I might add a heart, right? You don't have to drive yourself crazy because this is a little bigger. I might add a sigil. I love sigils. I might even add a rune symbol. When I do this, I'll take a picture and show you guys. And that's it. So the final thing we're going to do, and we could have done this before or after, but the final thing we're going to do is ring in change. Some people have those little things that go like this in the Indian culture. I really don't care what you use. You could use bongos or make up your bongos, and you do it over your candle. You can speak into your candle. I charge everything in this candle to bring everything that I want. May it be good and correct for all. Funny thing is, I'm going to do this right now because I want you all to see it, but I was trying not to get up, but here we go. I just need to wash my hands, guys. I was going to tell you guys that this is the tool that I use to carve with this candle. This is the tool that I use, and it makes it so much easier to write something. Oh, Mr. Black, let me take you down. I'm so sorry. So if you notice, dear God and Jesus, and I'm just going to finish this up. Holy Spirit. Now, everything you need needs to be seen by the angels above. So we're going to add a little sparkle to it. This is where it gets a little messy, so make sure you have a towel down. I don't, but you should put a towel down. But I'll finish that up later. Um, you know those little diabetic sticks, which I have, but I just couldn't find it. You could pluck your finger with those diabetic sticks and you can add blood to your candle. I'm giving you the nitty gritty. You can add a little bit of your urine. You can spit in your candle. Because I don't have the blood, I'm going to spit in here. You can add a piece of your hair. From on top of your head, or I always keep pubic hair. And you could add it to your magic. Don't be grossed out. Your pubic hair is very natural, so is your regular hair. Or you can add some blood to this, but adding some part of, or urine, not a lot, because remember, urine is watery, so just a few drops. And that's it, guys. Get some syringes, all right, to help you measure, especially like if you use something like urine, you can just do it in just a couple of drops and throw the rest out. You said you wanted to learn. I said I wouldn't hold back. It is what it is, folks. We're going to be grown people in this, and if you want the changes, sometimes you got to put a little bit of yourself in the candle magic. You want to alchemize energy? That's the way to do it. All right. Hi, Soul Sister. Wow, this is Candle Masterclass. Is there a website to order? No, there is, but I got to put it on my website because I didn't think I would be ordering. You guys would be ordering from me, but it's okay if you do. Um, hi, 1D. So, if you want me to put down the money mix, I would be glad to do that. Oh, Angel, I needed to see this tonight. Well, guys, agrimony, yes. Oh, what did I say? You know, I mess up a good name. Um, okay, I'm on it. Good, good, good. Hey, Tracy, I have to, okay, good, good. So I got everyone here. I hope you guys understood everything. This is not the beginning or the end in magic. This was an hour and 13 minutes. Another class might be 20 minutes. It's not long. I just want you to get information. But here's the part when it's going to get deeper. It's going to get deeper when you want to reverse energies, right? That's when it's going to get way deep. I'm doing the simple stuff. Very easy to call in money. I promise you. It's actually very easy to call in love. I promise you. The next class is going to be exactly like this, but only with love herbs. But it'll be very similar and identical to this with all the love herbs. We will do that next week. When I start getting into throwing energy back, reversing something that's somebody sent to you, reversing family curses. You all are wondering why your lives are fucked up. Something may have happened 2, 3, 4 generations ago, and it's in the bloodline, but you can stop it. All right? And that's why I'm doing this. And it's a big deal. So it's not like a one class thing. I will be here every Sunday. We will figure it out. We will have fun. As we get a little grittier, I think I'm going to make people pay for that, because when we start throwing energy back to people, we want to make sure that the right people are in the room. And sometimes you got to make people pay so that they can appreciate what you're giving them. All right, guys. Are we good? I hope I didn't leave anything out, but you know what? If I did, I'll bring it up next week. We'll talk about love, and if I left anything out, then I'll talk about what I may have left out for money, but I got most of it in. Any questions before we leave? Hi, Joan. I'm just seeing you there. All right, everyone, I need some water after all that. All right, everyone. Any questions, just put it in the comments. Take it easy. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.